Okay, take it away, Sue.
Okay. Chair Walker and Chair Buckley and the committee members, thank you for having us here today to talk about class. We're excited with the opportunity to share what for us has been a wonderful journey. Class is Chalkboard's largest pilot project, and some of you may not even know we were in the pilot project business, but we have been for really since our beginning. We have funded lots of different ideas. We call them, this is our testing ground for promising practices. But class is really the biggest thing that we've done since we started. And you know we exist, you know that we're independent, we're a uniquely Oregon group, and we really have one thing on our mind, which is how do we help make Oregon schools among the best in the nation based on student achievement. And we think we found part of the answer in the work that's going on in Sherwood and Forest Grove and Tillamook through class. We know that student achievement depends upon the quality of classroom teacher, and that's the single most important factor influencing what a child learns. And so we've spent a lot of our time on teacher quality issues like mentoring. We thank you for that. And we're very excited about what's happening statewide with the mentor program. Professional development, still on our docket and something we hope to come back with in '09. But of all the work we're engaged in around teacher quality, we believe that this project holds the most potential to transform education in Oregon. So what is CLASS? It stands for Creative Leadership Achieves Student Success. And the measures that we have for the program are this. First and foremost, we will measure success based on student achievement and how it rises over time. Secondly, this program must be designed by teachers, for teachers, and in Sherwood's case, you'll hear also by classified staff for classified staff. Thirdly, the program must be locally developed, collaboratively, and owned by teachers, administrators, and school board members. In fact, we've asked all three of these districts to demonstrate that commitment before the work ever starts. This is not a case where Chalkboard came in and said, here's the model, adapt it to your district. What we did was give a design grant and a 9-month period of time and some expertise for the districts to have their own conversation. But what we wanted at the end was a plan that had 4 pieces. The first would be new career opportunities for educators. The second would be a system-wide commitment to professional development. Third, comprehensive performance evaluations. And finally, alternative forms of compensation outside of seniority-based pay. The 3 districts that have participated have really surpassed our expectations. They've developed career ladders, career leadership opportunities for teachers, and new salary model ideas. You'll hear about the skip-step model that Sherwood has now put in place. We're also pleased that each district's talking about the sustainability of this work once the class dollars go away. That's a big issue for us and for them. And what's really exciting is the work has become central to their strategic plans. So we really feel like there's a commitment that whether class dollars are there or not, these kinds of changes have transformed their districts and will be in place. The last thing I want to say is, Chalkboard is now 4 years old, much to our surprise. It's flown by. And we have never been more excited about the potential of our work. This conversation that you'll hear about today, we think needs to be taking place all across the state. It's time for a new conversation led by educators about what their profession is going to look like. We think that we're all united under the same umbrella. It's about student learning, but we really want that driven by a teacher-led conversation about the future.
I want to share with you on a personal level that this is, without a doubt, the most exciting work of my career. I've been in Oregon for 30 years as a public educator, and the way to describe this work in Sherwood is that it's truly transformational. It is shifting the culture, it is shifting the assumptions, and it's shifting our skill set, our repertoire of how we do business. The fact is this is not a top-down initiative, it's a design-up initiative. There are a couple of things that I could share with you about the Sherwood community and our school district. I know that Representative Crummell could affirm this. We are incredibly fast growing. One of the consequences of that is that we have a remarkably young staff. So as you and I look at teachers and classified who may have a 30-year career, over 1/2 of our employees have 8 years or less of experience. We know that the greatest predictor for student achievement is the expertise of the classroom teacher. It's the quality of the professionals who work on a day-to-day basis with our young boys and girls, our young men and women in the classroom that will really drive achievement to where you and I want it. And that's what we're investing in Sherwood. The other thing that I see that's happening is we are creating a culture of leadership as opposed to that traditional step of classroom teacher to perhaps assistant principal to perhaps principal. Now we are opening the gates to where our professionals are seeing many different avenues and many new roles that will make a profound difference in the district and certainly with delivery to services for our kids.
Chairman Walker and Chairman Buckley, committee members, I'm the association president in Sherwood. Interesting enough, I've only taught in Sherwood for 29 years, and I've seen that growth, and I've seen this administration come in and give us some leadership opportunities and some challenges as well, and some of those challenges have kept me up at night, actually. But it is, Dan says it's the most interesting work he's been involved in, and as I have approached this, I have to agree, but it's also been some of the most challenging because this is new culture. This is changing the way the teachers look at their career. And throughout my 29 years, my compensation in my career has been fairly well defined, but I wouldn't say it's been a straight line progression by years in the business and by education degrees and so forth, and you understand those salary schedules. What this is doing is giving us a chance to look at a different way of defining a teacher career. And along with that comes some challenges as we open the door and knock on the door on that possibility. What makes a master teacher? We know who they are. You all had them in your English. High school English teacher was a master teacher, but how was that teacher, could you quantify that teacher? Could you slice that teacher up into little pieces of professionalism? Probably couldn't, but if we had a few of them and looked at what they did, then we could identify several things, and a lot of things actually, that identify master teacher. And this is significant work because that's what we're doing right now, and I'm very excited about it because I think we're very close to identifying the kind of things that make a master teacher. And what we have suggested is if a teacher collects enough professional evidence in their mid-career, we will allow them to move to career level 3. Now, that wouldn't even buy a cup of coffee, though. Might get a pat on the back, unless we tied some type of salary acceleration to that idea. So the other page I would like you to look at shows our current salary schedule of 0708 with the idea that when a probationary teacher survives probation through great teacher evaluations and mentorships and all that, and that teacher is ready to go, their 4th year, we want to reward them with a skip step, 2 longevity steps in their salary schedule. And then as that teacher moves through a few years of professional practice, doing the things that we think are significant in their career and for our children, then and reach a level of mastery, we are going to allow them to skip 2 extra steps, very significant in their career at that point. And so what you could see as a young teacher, and I have to say that my daughter is a first-year teacher in Sherwood, and she got rehired, yay for all of us, into the next second-year teacher in Sherwood, our Middleton Elementary, that she could look forward to, if she wants to do this, moving towards the top of accelerating her pay by acting professionally in the manner we've prescribed. So it's very interesting, it's new work where it is a pilot, absolutely a pilot, but we think it has some a lot of possibilities for getting the teachers excited about being in the classroom. That will get students excited about being there, and achievement will improve the achievement of our students.